Y'all, I got something right here in this box from EcoXGear that I believe is gonna put a major dent in turtle box sales. And I'm gonna tell you why. This thing's waterproof, this thing floats, this thing is tough, it's rugged, and it's coming in $200 cheaper than the turtle box. That's right, 200 bucks. We're gonna open this thing up, we're gonna do a review on it. They just came out with this Defender, they sent me one to check out, and I'm super excited to show you guys. Let's get into it. Y'all, I recently just went up over 25,000 subscribers, and I'm super grateful for each and every one of you that do that, that hit that subscribe button. So before we go any further, if you're watching and you're not subscribed, man, go hit that like button, hit the subscribe button, and you can see everything I do from now on. But let's get into this Defender. Man, like I said, this thing is coming in at $249, where a turtle box is coming in at around $440. So this thing is quite a bit cheaper. And I'm gonna tell you, it truly sounds better. Now, I know anybody that's had EcoXGear stuff before, it really doesn't sound fantastic. They sound good for the money. Well, EcoXGear worked with sound engineers to get this thing sounding right. And man, let me tell you, it's got good bass, it's got good highs, really, really good sounding speaker. And as you can see on the front, it's got a really cool LED feature. It does have an app just for the LEDs. You can do this thing however you want. There's a million different ways. So it's gonna be really hard for me to go through that for you. But it's almost the 4th of July, so I got it rolling on red, white, and blue. God bless America. So let's talk about this thing. It is super rugged. It's a very heavy composite plastic material. You're not gonna break it. It's 100% waterproof. It's IP67 rated, as long as you got this cap on the back closed. Much like the turtle box, they do hide their charging ports under a waterproof seal. And this one is really tight. It's really positive feeling. And I hate to keep comparing it to turtle box, but it's really got a better waterproof battery cover than the turtle box does. But along with that, you charge it up, and it's also got a USB port so you can charge other devices. It's got an auxiliary input, and it does have a microphone input. You can use this with a microphone. It does have a USB-C for charging other devices, but you cannot charge this device with the USB-C. You have to use a dedicated charger. It only sends power out. You could damage the circuits if you try and power it with the USB-C. So that's something to remember. But it's really cool that you can charge other devices, and I'm glad it does have the USB-C, because that's what everything's got nowadays anyway. Now on this side, it's got a flashlight with 3 different settings. It's also got a bottle opener on the bottom, which is pretty handy. And you've got some little holes on each side of the handle, so you could tie it down or do whatever you need to with this thing. This thing would be great by the pool. As you see it, it is 100% waterproof. I've proved that to you. It works. But it would be great on the front of a four-wheeler, ATV, a side-by-side, at the beach, in the boat, just anywhere, man. It's summertime. Get out by the water. Bring your music with you. But let's go ahead and go through this thing. It's got a lot of buttons going on up top, and they all do some really cool stuff. This thing will actually pair or cast to 100 different speakers. The EcoXGear speakers with the Extreme Cast, you can connect 100 of them together at 30 feet away. Can you imagine the party it would be if you had 100 of these things? Man, it'd be awesome. But we've got our Bluetooth button here. We've got our cast button. We've got our forward and back button for your music. Next, we've got the volume up and down. The next button here is the pause and play button. And you can also answer phone calls with this thing. That's something else you can do, and it works really well. You can talk on the phone to anyone that's calling you. You don't have to stop the music and answer your phone. You can just hit that button. You're good to go. And it will also connect to your virtual assistant. If you press the button for 3 seconds, in my case, it'll pull up Google, and that's pretty neat as well. Here's the mic volume button up and down. It also has 3 different settings for the microphone as far as reverb and echo and things like that. And this button here is to scroll through your music sources, your Bluetooth or your auxiliary or whatever you may have hooked to it. And then you've got the LED button here And I'll just show you a few of them. But like I said, it's really an infinite amount of things you can set this button to. And then you have the equalizer button. It's got 3 different settings. It's got a default setting, which to me sounds the best. It has the most bass, the most highs, and it just sounds really good. It also has an indoor setting, which will tone everything down a bit. And then it's got what they call the outdoor setting, which actually turns the bass down a bit and adjusts the high frequencies so you can really get this thing playing loud and hear it clearly outdoors. But like I said, I think most people will use the default setting because this thing's really got a lot of bass. A surprising amount of bass coming out of this 6x9. It just is, it's awesome. Sounds great. So they claim 121 decibels, and I'm gonna go ahead and play a little bit of music for you guys, and I can assure you it's gonna be more than 121 decibels. So we're gonna turn this thing all the way up. When it gets to the top, I thought it had a beep. Oh, I don't have it up. Okay. All right. So now we know this thing's wide open. And I'm gonna sit right here and get a decibel reading, and it's gonna be loud. And I'm not gonna play the whole thing for you, but you'll hear a little bit of it. Well, let me tell you, this thing is loud. And the sound, man, the bass is really good coming out of this thing. And I've got 127 decibels out of it right here, at about 2.5 feet away from it, I guess, or close to 3. So it will definitely do what they say it's gonna do, 121 decibels. 25 hours of playtime, of course, that's gonna be at like 50%. Once you crank it up that loud as it'll go like that, it'll cut that in half. So it's still got an excellent battery life. One really cool thing, it's just a small thing to think of, on the charging cord. Where's the charging cord? On the charging cord, it's actually got a tag on it, a big yellow tag that says Defender. Why doesn't everyone do that? I've got a million different charging cords for a million different pool vacuums and Bluetooth speakers, and everything's got its own cord, and none of it's labeled. This thing got a tag on it. It's genius. But look, I know I'm being a little silly with that, but you guys has got a bunch of stuff to charge, you know what I'm saying. Man, this thing's a great value. $249. It's hard to beat. There's nothing else out there that can compare with the sound of this thing, the ruggedness of this thing, being 100% waterproof. I can't think of another one that'll do that for this price. And like I said, I'm a Turtle Box fan. I have one. I bought one. I use it constantly when we're camping, and I love it. But this thing's gonna destroy it, 100%. In fact, I'll do a video soon about, I've got 3 great outdoor speakers. I've got the Soundbox Go, I've got the Turtle Box, and now I've got this Defender, and we're gonna put those 3 head to head. So that'll be the next video coming out. So y'all look ahead to that one. And in the meantime, I've got a link to this thing in the description. Go check it out, go buy one. You will not be disappointed. Put it by your pool, kick it in your pool, do what you want with it, throw it in the water. It's gonna be good to go. All right, guys, I hope you enjoyed the video. I hope you enjoyed the content. And until next time, I'll see you on Everyday Man.